Do you feel that there's a power out there that can support you and empower you, but you just don't know how to access it? Well, that power is the full moon, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can draw down that energy of the moon to empower yourself and your spells and magic. My name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and I've been a practicing witch for over 35 years, and I can remember way back to my very first full moon ritual. It wasn't something that I'd learned from the coven. I'd only just joined the coven at that stage, so there were still things that I didn't know how to do. But I was out in this beautiful wilderness of the Glasshouse Mountains in southeast Queensland, Australia, and it was a full moon night. It was absolutely beautiful. And so I was inspired to do something. So I looked up at the moon, I felt the lunar energy around me, and I started walking around in a circle, chanting some names of various different goddesses. The song I was chanting was called The Burning Times by the Gaia Choir, or I think that's the name of the song, and the chorus was a list of various different goddesses: Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna. And I just kept repeating that over and over and over again as I was walking around the circle, and it was just so powerful. It's so memorable. It's probably one of the most memorable experiences I had back in those days when I was first learning all of this stuff, and I absolutely felt amazing afterwards. I felt totally on a high and really connected to some aspect of myself that I didn't know about before. This inner goddess sort of power and magic, and it was amazing. I felt connected to nature, I felt connected to the goddess, and it felt very, very meaningful. Life had meaning after I'd done that ritual. So I want to share how to draw down the moon with you. It won't be the ritual I did back then, it's more the ritual that I do now and the ritual that I teach now when I'm teaching people. If you do want to know where to start your witchcraft practice and you do feel confused by all of these things that witches do and you want to know where to start and how to pace yourself, I do have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, the full moon is a powerful force to use in your spells and in your magic. So it's a great time to do spells that you want quick results from and that you really need that extra boost of power to manifest. A lot of astrologers talk about the full moon as being a time of release and letting go. And while you can certainly do that at the full moon, and of course afterwards while the moon is waning, it's a great time to let go. As a witch, you want to take advantage of all of the energy that you can get from all of the things that are happening around you on an astrological basis. And the full moon isn't just for letting things go, it's for making things happen, because it's a very powerful energy. So utilize this energy in your spells and in your magic. Now, some of the ways that you can do that is through moon water, leaving water out under the moon overnight so that it soaks up that energy, and then you can use that water in your spell work. Magical baths, floor washes, potions, wherever you can use water, you can use that magical energy to enchant that water with that lunar energy. Now, magic is all about being attuned to your intention, being the person that has what it is that you want. And by tapping into the lunar energy, you are connecting to nature and you're stepping into your magical self as you draw down the moon. You're becoming the person that has the power. You're becoming the person that can manifest what it is that you're wanting to manifest in your life. Now, while there may be negative aspects to the moon, and a lot of people do see the moon in a very negative way. I know when I was learning about Gurdjieff, he would talk about food for the moon, which was basically all of our negative emotions being food for the moon, because the moon was seen as being a resource that was there to create confusion and craziness in us humans. But from a witchcraft point of view, whether there's negative aspects to the moon or not, we're wanting to take the energy, the raw energy from the moon, and utilize it in a way that's positive and helpful for us It is just energy after all, and the whole point of being a witch is to work with energy and do what we want to do with it. Now, when you start your ritual, you want to make sure that you're in a safe space. You want to make sure that you set up a space that is safe energetically as well. So you will want to create some kind of an energetic circle. And that can be as elaborate as a full-on Wiccan circle, or it could just be summoning the elements in a more relaxed and informal way. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. So this is just calling in the elements in a way that isn't big or grand. It's just assuring that you're getting protection from the 4 directions and the 4 elements. So the elements are air, fire, water, and earth. And depending on which hemisphere you live in, will determine what direction you face for each element. Now, air and water are the same whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, but the earth and fire are the opposite depending on where you are. So I'll go through those. So the first thing to do is to ground yourself. Feel the energy of the earth underneath you. Feel the weight of the earth underneath you. And you can imagine that you have tree roots that are going down from your feet, down, 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 deep into the ground. And feel that connection to the earth. This is one of the first things I teach people when I'm teaching people the craft, and in my courses on Wicca and witchcraft. It's all about connecting to the earth. And you want to draw the earth energy up into you to really ground you and to give you more energy from the earth. So on an in-breath, you imagine that you're drawing up this energy through your body, through your feet, through your spine, up into your head, to your crown, and then just on the out-breath, just allow that energy to circulate around your body. Now, there's different things you can do with this energy. You can hold this energy in your sacral chakra. You can direct this energy to different parts of your body. It really just depends on what you're using it for. But you're just wanting to ground at the moment. So on the in-breath, you draw the energy up like you're a vacuum cleaner, and you're sucking up the air and the energy up through your body. And you do that 3 times. After you've grounded and you're feeling connected to Mother Earth, it's time to bring in the other elements. You can face east. If it's not possible to face east, then just stand wherever you are and direct your intention and your mind to the direction of east. This is going to be a very simple invocation to the elements. There is a lot bigger invocations that you can do, and I teach bigger ones in my courses, but for the sake of this video, just a really simple invocation for the elements to come and protect you. I call in the spirit of air to protect this circle. And I imagine there's a breeze, or I might see clouds. Whatever connects me to the element of air, I will allow myself to experience that in a very gentle way. It's then time to call in the element of fire. Now, if you're in the northern hemisphere, fire will be in the south. If you're in the southern hemisphere, fire will be in the north. So you can either turn to face that direction, or you can direct your intent and your focus in that direction. I call in the element of fire to protect this circle. Feel the warmth of the fire. Feel the protection of the element of fire. And then it's time to feel into the element of water in the west. Either turn to the west or focus on the west. I call in the spirit of water to protect this circle. Feel the moisture. You could feel the water around you, embracing you very gently, or hear it. And then it's the element of earth. The northern hemisphere, it will be in the north. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it will be in the south. I call in the spirit of earth to protect this circle. You might smell the fragrances of the dirt, of mud. You might feel the texture of mud. You might see a mountain. Whatever you connect with as the element of earth, you can use that in your imagination to connect with that element. And once you've called in the elements to protect your space energetically, it's time to focus on the moon. Now, if you're outside under the moon, you can look up at the moon and imagine that you're drawing that energy into you. it can be in through your crown chakra or in through the palms of your hand. If you're inside, you can imagine the moon, know that the moon is out there, and still draw on that energy, still imagining that you're drawing that energy into you. Now you're drawing this energy into you with a purpose. You're drawing it in for power, or you're going to redirect that energy into a spell. So you might draw the energy in through the palms of your hand and then draw it out into a candle if you're doing candle magic, or a magical pouch if you're doing a magical pouch, or a talisman if you're working with a talisman or an amulet. So you're giving it that purpose. You're not just drawing in lunar energy without it having an intent. Because lunar energy, as I said, there's negative aspects to it as well as positive aspects to it, and you want to make sure that you're drawing in the energy and that you've got a positive intention for it so that it's going to help you in very, very positive ways. So imagine that you're drawing that energy up, much the same way as you drew that energy up. So imagine you're drawing in the energy, that it's streaming down upon you. And this verse that I'm going to say is from the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy in the module on lunar magic and drawing down the moon. Queen of the luminous sky, hear my call. We are as one. I draw in your power. I feel your light shine within me. I feel your light gleaming about me. I am your beauty. I am your magic. I am your wisdom. I am your compassion. I draw you in. I draw you within. We are one. And spend some time just there, holding the position and feeling the energy come into your body. And then if you're wanting to do some magic, channel that energy into your spell. If you're just doing it to have particular power, like maybe you're doing some love magic and you're going to be, going to a party or something like that, and you're wanting to be, a little bit extra attractive, you're drawing it in with that intention. So after you've drawn the energy in, then imagine yourself being the person who is more attractive at the party, or whatever it is that you're wanting to feel, whatever way you're wanting to feel more powerful. Put yourself in your imagination in that scenario where you feel you need that power, and watch the magic work for you. So when you're finished and you've completed your spells, you've imbued yourself with the energy and you're ready to finish, it's time to farewell the elements. And we do that by going around the circle in the opposite direction. So starting with the spirit of earth, you would say, hail and farewell to the spirit of earth. I thank you for protecting this circle. Then you go to the west, hail and farewell to the spirit of water. I thank you for protecting this circle. Then you would go to fire. Hail and farewell to the spirit of fire. I thank you for protecting this circle. And then you would go to the spirit of air. Hail and farewell to the spirit of air. I thank you for protecting this circle. Now I teach lunar rituals as well as working with the Sabbats, working with the deities, working with energy, working with magic, working with your tools, setting up big Wiccan circles, all in my course, the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. So if you do want to learn witchcraft with me, that is the perfect course for you. If you're an absolute beginner, it is totally perfect because I start out at the beginning of the training and work all the way to first degree and a little bit of second degree work in there. And if you're somebody who's been practicing witchcraft for a while, but you haven't really been consistent in your practice and you're feeling that there's holes in your practice, it's a wonderful course for you as well, because it takes you from the basics and it teaches you how to use the skills that you may already have and how to add on to those skills, because it's a progressive course. You learn something 1 month and then you add to that the next month and then the next month and the next month. So that's the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. It will help you connect to your inner witch, to nature, to the divine energy, the god and goddess, and connect to meaning in your life as a witch. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know in the comments How do you connect with the moon? How does the moon help you feel? And what else would you like to do in your witchcraft practice to feel more connected to your craft? I will see you on the next video. Blessed be.